What do you mean? When? Yeah, I don't know when. It's on my list. I just haven't done it yet.
Mr. Michael,
Yes.
I just seen your private comment on if you have 1,000 of anything, if you have 1,000 of anything, what would it be besides money? And I know it would be a lot, but with COVID going on, you never know. So better to be close to family now than any time.
Right. Well, that works. Hey, whatever floats your boat. All right. Friends, the recording has started. Remember to get your answer in the simplest form. If you have questions, ask. You're going to try your best, though, and then we're going to do it all together. So don't panic. But right now, we're going to try to add a fraction with unlike denominators, okay? Give it a go. Do your personal best. Don't panic. We're going to do it together. But I want to see your work. I want to see you counting by 6s and counting by 12s. I want to see your work. Evan, you should be writing. You find the least common denominator first. Write the question. First step, find the least common denominator. I'm going to give you about 1 more minute. Landon, stop making faces into your computer. And then we're going to try to do it together, okay? Remember, it should be in simplest form, as small as it can get. All right, let's try to work it out together. So I want to add these, but can't add them because their denominator is not the same. Denominator is the thing on the bottom. So I need to fix it. Ooh, I already see some people that did not count by 6s and 12s. Otherwise, they would have saved themselves a lot of trouble. So the first thing I'm going to do is count by 6. 6, 12, 18, 24. Now I'm going to count by 12. 12, 24. Oh, look, I already found my least common denominator. It is 12. I already see people that didn't find that. All you got to do is count and write it down. You know why I write it down? That way I see it. Because I could do it in my head, but guess what? I may miss the smallest one. So it is 12. So I don't even need to change 4 12ths because it already has the least common denominator 12. But I do need to change the 3 6ths. So what am I going to do? How many times do I have to multiply 6 to get to 12? Twice. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6. And then I add them together. 6 plus 4 is 10 over 12. That is my answer. But guess what? Can't stop there. No, I cannot. Because this is not in simplest form. Both of these are even numbers. So I know they can go smaller by dividing them by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Our answer is 5/6 if we go down to simplest form. By the way, just writing the answer as I'm doing it isn't helping anyone, okay? Doing it in the steps. Good job, Ethan. Yeah, show your boards. Let me see how you did. It is important to show me your steps so I can see how you did it. The goal is not to go as fast as possible because then we just make mistakes, okay? All right, looks good. Let's try another one. We always change. The groups are based on how you're doing. So if you're doing really, so it depends on how you're doing. Is if you stay in what is how you get to a group. So Mrs. Jones looks at your NWEA score. She looks at your other tests. Then she picks you in and puts you in a group. All right, next one. Dun, da, da, da. 1/4 plus 5/20. First step, find your least common denominator. Count by 5s, then count by 20.
Do you mean count by 4s?
That's what I meant. If you know what I meant, then just do what you're supposed to do. Find your least common denominator. I want to see your work, counting by 4s and counting by 20. I don't want to see guessing. I want to see you do it. Once you find your least common denominator, you're going to have to multiply. What you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Evan, what is it that you're doing? What? Let me see. Okay. All right, friends. Let's go. Why are you saying I don't know why you're saying Landon, but I don't like it. All right. Next step. Or first step. Can I add these the way they are? No, I cannot because they don't have the same common denominator. So what am I going to do? I'm going to count by 4s and I'm going to count by 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. That's probably far enough out. If I count by 20, 20, 40. Oh, look, I already have a common denominator. It's 20 and 20. That is the least common denominator is 20. I do not need to change 5/20ths, so I'm going to just leave it like that. But I got to change this one. How many times do I multiply 4 to get to 20? Multiply it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. What do? Add them up now. 5 plus 5 is 10. My denominator is 20. Am I done? No, I'm not done. I have to. Look, I'm seeing people. I have to simplify. What can go into 10 and what can go into 20? It could be 2, it could be 5. But you know what else it is? 10. 10 can be divided by itself 1 time and can go into 20 2 times. Your answer should be 1/2. Your answer should be 1/2. I see people that did not simplify right. Okay, does everyone see how I got 1/2? 2 could go into it, 5 could go into it, but 10 is the biggest number that could go into it, so it should be 1/2, okay? All right. Let's try. All right, you're going to simplify this fraction. Get this as small as possible. Simplify this fraction. As small as possible. Simplify this fraction. What can go into both these numbers? What can go into both these numbers? Nolan, why aren't you where everyone else is? What can go into both 8 and 36? All right, let's think. Obviously, 1 can go into both, but then they would say the same. 2 can go into both because they're both even numbers. But I think there's one higher. Can 3 go into both? No, 3 cannot go into 8. But you know what can go into both? 4. 4 can go into both. 4 can be divided by 8. It can be divided by 36. So I'm going to divide both by 4. 4 can go into 8 2 times. 4 can go into 36 9 times. Your answer should be 2/9. That is your smallest. That is how small it can be. If you did it by 2 because they're both evens, guess what? You didn't get it as simple as possible. It can, both of them can go into 4, and you would get 2/9. Like, I'm not sure why you have 2/3. Okay, well, 8 times 4 is 32, Ethan. Okay, so that's not high enough. It is 4 times 9 would equal 36. So your answer is 2/9. Okay? Let's try another one. Try another one. Okay, well, I don't know what to do about pet cadence. You're just going to have to really listen. What can go into both 15 and 55 evenly, as small as possible? We are simply simplifying this. Get it? Simply simplifying. What can go into this? These are both odd numbers. They are not even numbers. Keep that in mind. But they both end in 5. That should give us a clue. All right, eyeballs on me. Obviously, 1 can go into both, but then it's the same number. 2 cannot go into them because these are these are odd numbers, not even. 3 can go into 15, but 3 cannot go into 55. So it is not 3. 4 does not go into 15. 4 does not go into 55. But if they end in 5, the divisibility rule for 5 is if it ends in 5 or 0, it is divisible by 5. So I'm going to try 5. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 15 divided by 55 is 11. That cannot get any smaller. Nothing else. Michaela, you divided wrong. Nothing else can go into 3 and 11. The answer is 3/11. 5 is the biggest number that can go into both. Okay? 3/11. Okay? You have to think of the divisibility rules. What can go into both of the numbers? you could have thought of 15, but 15 doesn't go into 55. It goes into 60. So it was not 15, okay? Okay. Think of those divisibility rules. What can go into what? What's up, Angelina?
Can you do whole numbers and fractions? Because that's what we're doing in math class.
Like make an improper fraction?
Yeah, like now.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yay.
All right, right now, I just want you to make this an improper. So this is a mixed number. Right now, make it an improper fraction for me. Show me what it would be as an improper fraction. This is a mixed number because it's a whole number and a fraction. Make it an improper fraction for me. So you're not adding and subtracting. Well, you're not doing a whole problem. You're just making it an improper fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Take my mixed number. Okay, well, try your best. And if you don't, Mia, we are definitely going to go over it.
None of us know how to do that.
You just asked me to do it.
No, I'm talking about adding or subtracting them.
You can add and subtract them. You can make it into an improper fraction, girlfriend.
No,
it's something we've done in the past before, too. All we got to do, 2 times 9. 18 plus our 4, 22 over 9. That is how we would have done. Okay.
I'm talking about like the ones like these, Miss Knife.
No, that's just adding. That all you're doing is adding. That's the same thing we've been doing. Anyways, you guys got to work on those improper numbers. So, all right. 3 3/9 plus 6 1/3. Give it a try. 3 3/9 plus 6 1/3. Give it a try, my friends. Give it a try, my friends. It's because Nolan doesn't have any headphones. So apparently we don't listen to what Mrs. Knife says. All right, let's give it a try. Well, you're going to have to get some. I'm emailing parents today about bringing headphones because I can't just be listening to stuff all the time. All right. So how would Mrs. Knife add this? What do I do? I'm seeing lots of different answers here. All right, I'm going to start with my fractions is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm going to count by 9, 9, 18. Oh, look, I already have a least common denominator. It's 9. Do I need to change 3/9? Nope, I'm going to keep it the same. But I do need to change 1/3. I have to make it to 9. We have to times 3 times. 1, 2, 3 to get to 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. Hello? Hello. No. I think 5th grade it should be completely done with all NWEA testing, except for you might need to check with Mrs. Jones about math. All right. Bye. All right. Sorry. So now I gotta add 3/9 plus 3/9 equals 6/9. 3 plus 6 is 9. So now my answer is 9 and 6 over 9. Guess what? I'm not done. Why am I not done? Because I have to simplify. Something can go into both 6 and 9. 2 cannot go into both of it. 1 cannot go into both of it. But 3 can. So I'm going to divide by 3. And I get 9 2/3. Your answer should be 9 2/3. You always simplify, Mia. I should not have to tell you to simplify. You always simplify a fraction. That is not a direction I need to give you. You always do it. Your answer is 9 2/3. Okay? Well, Landon, you are incorrect. I'm not sure how you got that, but you are not correct. Angelina, what's up?
Can you try to do one that makes it into an improper fraction and we have to divide it?
2 minutes ago, you guys just told me you didn't know how to do improper fractions.
No, she means like adding
I mean, like, say
but
you
if
had
you can turn an improper fraction into a fraction, you should be able to take a mixed number and make it an improper fraction. So I'm confused on why you guys don't know how to do that. If you can do it one way, you should be able to flip it and do the other way. So we'll try and see if we can find one to make it work. Let's try. All right, try this one. 2 4/5 plus 1 4/10. This will be our last one for today, then we'll be out of time. 2 4/5 plus 1 4/10. Same thing. Find your least common denominator. Worry about the fractions first, then worry about your whole numbers. Right now, just worry about adding your fractions. Nolan, Hannah, Olive, why don't you guys pin Mrs. Sittig so you can see what she's actually doing? Molly has a nice big screen of Mrs. Sittig. Let's do that. It doesn't help you to see everyone else. You really need to just see Mrs. Sittig. All right, I know you probably aren't done yet, and that's okay, but we're getting short on time, so I want to make sure to get through this problem, okay? So we're doing the exact same thing we've been doing. We're going to add our fractions first, okay? But we can't add them because they don't have the same common denominator right now. So I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to count by 10s. 10, 20. Oh, look, 10 is our common denominator. Easy peasy. We do not have to change 4/10. That's staying the same. We do, however, have to change 4/5. We have to times 4/5 by 2 to get the same denominator, which would be 8 over 10. So now we have 2 8/10 plus 4/10. 8 plus 4 is 12 over 10. 2 plus 3, or 2 plus 1 is 3. Oh, snap, I have an improper fraction. I can't do that. I need to figure that out. Michaela, you totally forgot about your other numbers, the 2 and the 1. So I have to see, I have 1 whole out of 12/10. So I'm going to take out 10, and I am left with 2/10. And I'm going to move that whole over to the side and get 4 2/10. But guess what? 2/10 we can simplify. Both of those can be divided by 2. So our actual answer is 4 1/5. Final answer, 4 1/5. Good job, Miss Rochelle. I see you got the right answer. Angelina, you were close. You just needed to simplify. Michaela, you just forgot about your other random numbers. Evan, I can't see any work. And even without work, you still didn't write down the right answer. Your answer should be 4 1/5. We are going to continue to work on this until we've all got it. So don't panic if you're still on the struggle bus. It's okay. We're going to keep working. We are about out of time. Does anyone have any questions currently? This will be posted, of course, as always. If you do not have any questions, you are free to go. So long, farewell. This will be posted. Bye, guys.